So bishop to g5, attacking the queen. Only move is pawn to f6. And now if we take the pawn with our e-pawn, the bishop has to take, and then we can just take the knight. So it takes, and then we just take the knight. Hello, welcome back to the Chess Mindset. In this video, I'll be solving the 20 to 30 puzzles on chess.com. And in the last video, I did 20 puzzles. So in this video, I'm going to be going over the 20th to 30th puzzles on Survival Puzzle Rush. So these will be more sort of like 1400 ELO to 1600 ELO. So it is more like upper intermediate. But anyway, let's get started with the first puzzle. So in this puzzle, we have two rooks, a queen, and a bishop. And it seems like we can deliver some sort of checkmate if we play this properly. Now, if we play rook up, then our opponent is just going to take with the rook, and then we don't really have any good response. I mean, if we play rook up again, then they'll just take. So there's actually a queen sacrifice here. So if I take the rook with the queen, that'll be in check. And so the only move is to block with the rook. Or actually they can play bishop there. So if I take with the queen and they play bishop to block, I can take the bishop. And now the only move is to take with the rook. And now notice that my two rooks actually can do something. I can give a check. The only move is to take with the rook, and then I can give another check with this rook, and that'll be checkmate. So if I take this rook with the queen, and they take with the rook, now I can bring this rook up, and then they have to block, and then I can just take the rook, and that'll be checkmate. Okay, so that was the first puzzle. Now this one, I spot a check with the knight, although they can just take with the queen. I can also take this rook with my own rook, and that threatens the queen. So they take back with the queen, and now I have this very nice fork with the knight. So knight to d3 forks the king and queen. So that will just win me a queen. So take the rook, and now that they take with the queen, I can play knight to d3, and that forks the king and queen. Then I can just take the queen. Okay, so in this puzzle, we are in check with the knight. And there's only a few ways I can escape this. I can probably just take the knight with the rook, but then after queen takes, what do? Well, actually I can give a checkmate on g7 here, because the rook and queen are eyeing down this g7 square. So let's see, if I take the knight with the rook, they can't actually take back with the queen because I'll just give checkmate. So that seems to be the right move. Now if I move the king, what does that do? Well, it doesn't really do anything. And in fact, they'll just take my queen. Actually, no, they can't take my queen because it's pinned. So I think taking the knight is the right move. Yeah, so now they have to block the checkmate square. And let's see. Well, I can just take the queen because this bishop is pinned, right? Notice that the rook is pinning the bishop. So if I take the queen, they can't actually take back with the bishop. So that's just a free queen. Okay, in this puzzle, this king is kind of out in the open. I can probably exploit that somehow. I can give a check with the knight here, but they'll just take. I can give this check, but they'll just take. And let's see, are there any sacrifices? If I take the knight with the queen, doesn't seem to do anything. They can just take back. And let's see. Now I could take this pawn with the queen and threaten queen f6, checkmate. Actually, no, that's not checkmate because the queen is watching, and I can't even take it anyway. Okay, let's see. Bishop takes, doesn't really do anything. And what else do I have here? Well, actually, I have this check. Queen to h3. So once I give that check, the king doesn't have anywhere to go, because the knight is covering this square and this square, and the pawn is protecting the knight, and the queen is covering these squares. So the only move after I play queen h3 is g4, in which case I will just take the pawn, and then I guess they can play f5, but I'll take that as well. So it's just queen h3. Yep, and now I just take the pawn, and then I take this pawn as well, and that's checkmate. Okay, So in this puzzle, this seems to be just a free knight, but then they will take my rook with the bishop. So what else do we have here? Let's see. So this bishop is currently threatening to take out rook, and if we take the knight, they will just take our rook, but then we take the bishop back. So maybe that is good because we get a bishop and knight for a rook. So 6 points versus 5 points. So I'm guessing that's the solution. Is there any other move here? If I play bishop here, it doesn't really do anything. They'll just take my rook. And rook anywhere else doesn't really make sense either. So I'm pretty sure it's just take the knight. And then after they take our rook, we just take the bishop. Yep. Okay. Okay, so this one is interesting because it doesn't seem like we've played that many moves into the start of the game. And there should be some sort of tactic here. Let's see. Well, if I take this knight with my dark squared bishop, and then they take back with the bishop, let's see, what can we do? Actually, bishop to g5 attacks the queen. They can't take back because our knight is protected. So bishop g5, they have to play f6, and then we will take the pawn with our own pawn, threatening the bishop. And once they take, this bishop is no longer guarding the knight, so we can take the knight. So bishop to g5, attacking the queen. Only move is pawn to f6. And now if we take the pawn with our e-pawn, the bishop has to take, and then we can just take the knight. So it takes, and then we just take the knight. Nice. Okay, now we're up to 1500 elo for the puzzles, so this is where it starts to get more interesting. And this one seems pretty easy because I'm pretty sure just queen g3, giving check. And notice this pawn can't take because it's pinned. The bishop is pinning it. So we can just go queen g3 check, and the only move is like anywhere here, and then we can just give checkmate. So if king h1, then we just give checkmate with queen h2. And if king f1, I think we can go queen h3 and then force the king back to g1, and then we can go queen h2. And then force the king back to f1, and then we can go queen h1. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure just queen here. Nice. Okay, so this is like an endgame puzzle. Okay, this is actually a free rook, so I'm pretty sure I just take the rook. And then after I take the rook, he can't promote because I'll just take the pawn. So after I take the rook, he'll probably play something like king here to try to protect this pawn. But then I can just go king back to c8, and I basically block the promotion square. And so he has to go after my pawn here. And then once his king moves, then I'll take this pawn, and I'll move and take this pawn, and then I'll promote with my own pawn. So just take the rook, block it. Okay, and now I can just promote this pawn. Okay, so he will try to take that pawn, but I can just keep promoting. And yeah, that's just the end of the puzzle. Okay, we're up to 28 puzzles now. So I can see a check here with the knight, and he checks the king and attacks the bishop. And I can also promote, but problem with promoting right now is probably the bishop can just take, and after I take the rook, I have a knight and rook, and our opponent has a queen, so that's still not too decisive. So I'm thinking probably just give this knight check, and then take the bishop, and then after queen takes, then I'll promote to the queen. So now I have a queen and rook, and our opponent has a queen. So I'm up a rook basically. So knight check, and now I can just take the bishop. Notice that the king can't take the pawn because it will be protected with my rook. So take the bishop, he has to take with the queen, and now I can just promote because he has to take. And I can just take the queen, and I'm up a rook. Nice. Okay, so this one we have a rook and a queen. Our opponent has a queen and a bishop. So we are up in material, except our opponent has a few pawns more than us. So it's not actually up in material, I think. But in this one, let's see. Is there any rook sacrifice? Rook here. King takes. Doesn't seem to do that much. Now, what about queen here? Doesn't really do anything, just takes. And let's see, what else do we have here? Well, actually, I think queen h1, threatening to go queen h8 checkmate. That seems to be pretty good, because this pawn is pretty good here. It's covering the two escape squares, so the king can't actually go forward. Now, is there any forcing move here? Not really. I mean, queen h1 seems to be pretty good because it is threatening to go queen h8 checkmate. And is there any way our opponent can actually stop that? Well, maybe f6, and then if I go queen h8, he'll go king f7. But I'm pretty sure it's just queen h1. That should be winning. The problem is there any other move our opponent can make? Can they give us a check? Not really, because the queen is on a dark square and our king is on a light square. So there's no checks. So I'm pretty sure queen h1 is just the solution. Yeah, and then we can just take the queen. Nice. So that was 30 puzzles on survival chess. So that was sort of like the upper intermediate sort of category where we get into like 1400, 1600 elo puzzles, and basically my thought process for each of those puzzles. Now, if you enjoyed this type of video, and if you want me to do a 30 to 40 puzzles on chess.com where we get into sort of advanced territory, then let me know in the comments down below, and you can also join my chess community down in the link in the description below. But otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.